All right, guys, welcome to this weekend talkback session. This is going to be sort of all over the place. So I just want to warn you because I've ordered some food because I'm really hungry. I haven't actually had a chance to consume anything today. So I might be eating food during this broadcast. Give me 1 second. Let me close this door so that we don't get some disturbances. All right, cool. So first thing on the docket, actually, before I even get into that, like the first thing, guys, if you're tuning into this is remember to like and subscribe to these broadcasts. I'll be throwing this in at every segment because I'm going to be doing this in various segments, just to make sure that I cover all points. Give me a second. Let me just clear this here. Get that off the screen. Make sure I cover all points. Okay. Making sure I cover all points. So I'm going to be going into like various areas. And so I'll be putting this in at every juncture just to remind people that, you can tune in. Anyway, that is to say, there are quite a few things that have happened over the last week that are very interesting. So we're just going to go through them. Obviously, you can see from the title of the title on the screen of exactly what we're going to be talking about today. That we're going to actually begin with the John Boyega v. Star Wars thing. I actually did a video on this earlier, but I obviously didn't. I did that like on the spur of the moment, so I didn't have an opportunity to get a lot of different opinions in there. So I wanted to start today with that and go from there, so that if anybody wanted to chime in on what is going on, we can actually have that conversation, because what's happening on there is actually a very, very big deal. It actually really is a big deal. Yes, ICQ, I see you. Good to have you on board. As you can see, the topics at hand, ICQ, are pretty big time. These are some big time topics. And let me actually see. Let me call some guys in here just to see who's around, because we're going to really get into it today. Let me just see who's around. Give me a second. On live now. Let me get these guys in the game. Get that guy in the game. Let me get another guy in the game here. On live now. Get some guys in the game. All right, guys. So, that's what we're going to go into, because I think that what's happened and what he says actually has bigger repercussions than just about Star Wars and Disney and all. That's like a side issue. I actually want to talk more about the overall subtext of what he said in relation to Black people in film, especially in fantasy, action and adventure, and superhero movies. We need to really talk about that, because we're going to we have to go into things like Falcon, things like Luke Cage, things like what Blade represented as an anti-hero versus being just this heroic beacon of light. What let's see, who else can we even throw into the mix that we've seen? Cyborg in Justice League. God, man. There've been so many. Like they're always sidekicks. So that's the bottom line, and that's the point I was really trying to get at. Like, let's start looking at some things, because there are things the guy didn't even talk about in his interview. Because when you actually read the interview or you watch the interview, it wasn't actually that bad. The only thing that's so crazy and is blowing people's brains off is that he actually said the things, which is actually the crazy part. It's like, when you're Black, it's like, you even saying it is controversial. It doesn't matter what you say. It's like, just the act of actually saying it is the controversy. Let me put this on the screen. All right, guys, let's get into this topic. ICQ, do you want to get in on this? Do you want to join in? If you want to join in, let me know, and I can send you the link to the chat, and I can bring you in, because I've already said a lot, but I'd actually prefer to get into these sort of topics with somebody. So whoever's listening, if you want to join in, message me, put a message in the thing. I'll send you the link. I'll put you in the weight room and I might introduce you into the game, because I do want to knock heads with somebody about this particular topic, because I think the topic is actually a very, very big deal, you know, and I think it's something that is worth really, really getting into. Anyway, let me just summarize what happened. So John Boyega had a, let me throw this guy's image on the screen, actually. Give me a second, guys. Let me throw this guy's image on the screen. So John Boyega had a, oh, I can make that big, small. Let me put this. ICQ, you don't need an app. You don't need an app. You just need webcam. So as long as you're on a computer with a webcam, oh man, Sam Collins. Like, listen, Sam Collins, I didn't know about that. So what I need you to do, Sam, is get me the materials, because get me the link to an article that I can put on here, and then I'll touch on that. But I didn't hear about it. Let me just throw what Sam Collins said. Meg, did you hear about the newest developments in the whole Ray Fisher versus Warner Brothers case regarding Warner Brothers statements and Fisher's rebuttal? No, I have not heard that. Okay, so just get that together, get that link together, and then we're going to get into that. By the way, guys, I want to apologize in advance. I've already said this. I'm going to be getting a delivery of some nutrition, of some food, because I'm hungry, okay? So I'm going to be eating during this. So I hope nobody cares about that, because I have to eat. Anyway, okay, so ICQ is going to be here in a second. All right, so basically, you see, what happened was John Boyega had this interview, okay? And for GQ UK, and you know, GQ has different sort of branches of it. So regular GQ would be the US version, and then they have like specifically GQ UK. So it was on there, and he was getting interviewed about everything. So it wasn't just about Star Wars, it was about his entire career, what he's done, ooh. And then they got onto the Star Wars thing, obviously, because it's the biggest project that he's done. Just take a drink to that. Biggest thing that he's done. And then the guy really let it fly. Like, I mean, he said everything that you'd once said. You know, I mean, he was very, very honest and open about his thoughts about it, and about not being happy about the way that Finn was sidetracked, sidelined, and the way that a lot of other characters of color were sidelined in the Star Wars trilogy as they went on through the films, you know, and made the point of talking about how Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver, obviously the two white characters in the project, did not suffer the same fate, and ended up having the entire trilogy being about them. Like, you know, you started off the movie, the trilogy, where you thought that Finn was going to be the main character. And I think that was one of his main points. He said, look, you actually marketed this thing and made it seem like I was the main guy. And let me be honest, like, I think everybody felt that way. You know, I mean, that was what got me so excited. And we've talked about it on Talkback relentlessly about how it was a bait and switch, because we got involved and we were like, yo, man, this is definitely, this is going to be a crazy thing in the first place, because first of all, it's like a black main character in Star Wars. But not only that, it was such an interesting premise of a stormtrooper. Again, I've said I didn't like the idea we're having stormtroopers and the Empire Part 2. But anyway, being as it's what it is, it's very interesting to have a situation like this where you have this guy who flips and goes over to the rebels and then becomes I was like, man, this is going to be a very interesting story. Let me see what's Horrid saying. I found it amusing when he said that he knew what to do with let me throw this up of Horrid films. See, Horrid, yeah, look, I found it amusing when he said that they knew what to do with Daisy and Adam's characters. Did they? They couldn't handle writing any character or story, let alone minority characters. Horrid, I completely disagree with you. You see, the problem is you're conflagrating two things. You're connecting the story not being good and the way that they told the story not being good versus being given attention, being given nuance, being given goals and importance within the narrative. That's what he's talking about. You're saying that what they did do with Rey and Kylo wasn't to your liking. That we agree. We all said that. Everybody said that, you know? That's a different conversation. The point he's making is that I was non-existent in the movie. It's like, you just put me on the side. I was just off doing whatever. The main story, you gave all the focus and energy and attention to these characters when I was supposed to, like, you know, it was marketed and sort of positioned as if I was the main guy. Those are two different conversations. And I think it's very important that people who are not Black, when commenting about these things, have to step outside of themselves and put themselves in the position of a community that you're not part of. And the fact that whenever you see yourself on screen, you pretty much are never the main guy. And if you are ever the main guy, you are an anti-hero. Like, you're a vampire. Well, there's no such thing as like a Black Superman type character, you know? Even when they did Hancock, he was drunk, messed up, thug, wearing beanie hats, and, you know, all of it. Like, that was the package that they gave you with Hancock. Even though I thought Hancock could have been a great film had they done some things. And listen, we can talk about Hancock from today till tomorrow, about the way that the Charlize Theron and Will Smith characters never had a proper romantic relationship on screen, even though it was hinted that they had a millennia-long romance. But for some reason, because you didn't want to show it on screen, they didn't even kiss in the whole movie. They didn't even do that. So let's not say that there isn't a history of this sort of thing happening. So when you say things like this and you're like, oh, you know, they didn't write, don't combine two issues. Those are two completely different issues. The writing not being great for characters that they gave attention to versus a character that they pretty much ignored. And he said the same thing about Rose Tico and Poe. Yeah, man, listen, Rusty. Exactly. I know that because I heard, and I didn't see the footage, that the Will Smith and Charlize Theron character actually did have a kiss scene or footage, and it was removed from the film that we saw in the theatrical. Which is, you just ask yourself, why? I mean, I know why, but I'm just saying that's what we're talking about, okay? So yeah, Horrid. So what you're saying, this is talkback. We all know this. Horrid, what you're saying is true. Like, nobody's arguing with that. That's 100% bona fide truth. But the thing is that they're different. That's like a whole different conversation. Like, that's when we're talking about the whole thing as a whole, and we're like, man, what a mess, you know? But this is a different thing. It's like, do you know what's crazy about this? The guy was talking about Kelly Marie Tran, Oscar Isaac, aka Oscar Hernandez, real name, and John Adeboyega, aka John Boyega, Adeboyega, real name. Talking about them, those characters, people are forgetting an Oscar-winning L'Oreal cover model by the name of Lupita Nyong'o was in all three of those films. Do you know why people don't remember that she was in these films? Because she was a puppet under tons of makeup to make her look like a scrote. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, guys, and this is just a simple question. Do you think that if somebody like Margot Robbie or somebody was cast in Star Wars, that they would put her under tons of makeup and make her look like a scrote and nobody would even know she was in the film? Or do you think that she would be made one of the greatest princess-looking, wonderful, amazing bastions of beauty that you've ever seen in your life? You see what I'm saying? Like, let's not be... Lupita Nyong'o was in Star Wars and nobody even remembers. To the point that even John Boyega, when he's naming the people who are marginalized, he even forgets that she was in the movie. So to say this guy is correct is beyond. Like, this guy, I mean, they went out of their way so much that in the first movie, they didn't let him kiss Rey. She kissed him on the forehead, called him a friend, friend-zoned him, even though he's in a coma for her, spent the whole movie running after her. In the second movie, as soon as he wakes up, they put him with an Asian actress that they brought in so that she hasn't got the opportunity to be the wonderful princess or whatever with anybody. And he is, so they just combine the both of them and send them off on a side mission. In the third movie, they now just say, you know what, we've given up even trying to pretend. They just bring a black girl and give Finn to the black girl. And even make their backstories the same. Like she was also an ex-stormtrooper. And just like thinking like, wow. So even the crazy thing that you did to make the love story between Rose and Finn, you didn't even follow through with that. And now you've given him another, come on, guys. You know, I mean, let's be real. Let's see what we're saying here. Finn didn't have to be thrown aside after The Force Awakens. He could have gone with Rey, so they could both train with Luke. In episode 8, Rey could have gone dark side, so Finn would have had to fight on him. Chipster 92, aka Sam Collins. That's because you're not fake and you're trying to make a good film. Obviously. And that's not even the best story. If they made this whole thing about Finn being an ex-stormtrooper, all the secrets he knows, all the things about how he grew up, how he got indoctrinated, how he then, why he changed, why he flipped, how he's going to get, that would have made this new trilogy very, very watchable. It could have been so interesting. But they just like, listen, I mean, let's not, you know, we're not going to go into our issues with the thing. We're just speaking specifically about his statement and the veracity of his statement. I feel that he had a point. The guy had a point. Okay? And I feel like everybody knows it, which is the reason why he said, I am not revealing anything. This is all common knowledge. Even Daisy Ridley and what's his name? Adam Driver know this. He said so. It's all common knowledge. So from my point of view, I'm like, yeah, that's the, guys, have you noticed that none of the mainstream media outlets have disputed what he's saying? Even the people who are arguing about it being such, what a diverse trilogy, and everybody who's against it are racist or misogynist. You notice that they are not disputing it because they were being disingenuous. They were being disingenuous in the first place. So it's like, you know that this isn't really servicing these characters properly. You're just saying it because you're playing along with the status quo and playing lip service. It's not true. You know? And that is just that's the reason why nobody can say anything. And that's the reason why what he said is so powerful, because people can't say he's wrong. See Hollywood films are saying here. Many are sure Finn was minimized to kowtow to China. Yeah, I mean, that's obvious. So, you know, we don't even need to go into that. That's obvious. Many are sure Finn was minimized to kowtow to China. Let's see what else we got here. Ross Chagbo says, Dark Forces and Jedi Outcasts, they had the pieces. Yeah, but when you're dealing with people who are not interested in the actual Star Wars heart and soul, you know, then, you know, that's what you're going to get. You know. Let's see what we got here. They've been carrying the water for Rian Johnson for years, so they have to keep quiet. Yeah, man. Guys, I want to even find out, like, guys, what the hell is Applehead going to do now? Because, like, Kathleen Kennedy, everybody, you know, you were hiding behind this thing, and this guy has now just pulled the rug. And he's pulled it in such a way that nobody can argue with what he's saying, because he was actually being very kind in the interview, because it was so obvious what was done that nobody can look at it and say, oh, this guy is just, you know, sour grapes or whatever. I'm like, my guy, this guy is beyond correct. So I think it's going to be very interesting, because how are they going to, you know, horrid films, you said I'll have Applehead. I'm going to ask you guys a question. This is an honest question to everybody. Does his head not look like an apple? I'm not trying to be sly. I'm just like, if you get an apple, preferably like a red or like what's that apple that they have? Pink lady apple, right? If you get a pink lady apple, which is particularly round and pink, you know, pinkish and round, and you look at the apple and you look at this guy's head and you put them next to each other, are you trying to tell me that his head doesn't look similar to the apple? I'm just like, so when people have been saying, I'm like, you know what, I mean, it's kind of true, because the guy's head is very round. It's very, 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 very inhumanly round. To compound with the fact that he's done what he's done to Star Wars. So when you have a guy whose head is that round, if I saw a guy whose head was that round, before I even get out, I'm like, listen, watch this guy. Watch out for this guy, because people's heads should not be that round. So God knows what he's planning. Now we know what he was planning, but that should have been the first warning sign. Round heads never mean good things. You heard it here first. Anyway, let's get back onto the topic. So it's crazy because now I think that there can be no excuses made. You know, I think that there can be no excuses made. So now it's like going forward, they cannot hide behind that, because people will always be able to point to this interview and the fact that nobody could argue against it. Nobody can argue against it, you know. And I said that this is why I said it's got bigger repercussions, because I believe that what he's saying actually connects to all Black actors and characters in film and TV, you know, and especially in comic book hero stuff. It's like, yeah, even when he said that you're always afraid, you're always sweating and out, you know, it's like, yeah, man, you're never on top of things. Even when you had, what's that guy's name? Nick Fury. Guys, let's be honest. They always give the Nick Fury these scenes where he does some action and everybody says, oh, how cool was that scene? That scene was so great. You see what those same people would say if Nick Fury took over the Avengers and was like the main guy in the Avengers. It's okay when you're doing your cool things, but do it in your little bit of time, in your little box. But don't come in and mess up the whole Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Bruce Banner, and all these sort of guys, Black Widow, even bloody, what's his name, Hawkeye is now a main guy. Listen, guys, how the hell Hawkeye and Black Widow became big time guys in the Avengers is beyond me, because these guys are just humans. They're just human beings. They shouldn't even be there. One flick from one of those superheroes that your head should pop. These guys are in the same screen space as Thanos. Guys, just think about that. Humans with human abilities, and they're not even that big. So it's not like these people are Ronnie Coleman in his prime or Annie in his prime. You see what I'm saying? Annie in his prime would mess up Hawkeye. Ronnie Coleman, even now with all the injuries that he's had, would mess up Hawkeye. Let alone that you're on the same battlefield as bloody Thanos. Guys, let's get real here. So, I mean, that's just my thing. I'm just like, you know, so people stop talking, you know, it's not the same. The only one that you've actually had is Black Panther. And to make it even crazier, they called it Black Panther, just to emphasize that this is the black one. Well, that's a whole other conversation, because me and Half Hope used to talk and be like, wait a minute, why is it that when the black superhero comes that his name has to actually be black? In case you didn't know, guys, I'm black. Listen, that's just weird. Why? Black Lightning. Luke Cage is hip hop. The guy is hip hop. Now, that in and of itself is not an issue. But just the funny thing is that the only guy that has come out that didn't have any was Blade, which I still rank as the #1 Marvel movie of all time. I mean, Blade 1. Blade was just Blade. He was just Blade, man. That's why it was so tough to me. I'm like, this is just Blade. The only hero that I've ever seen who I was scared for the vampires. When I saw Blade coming, I was like, guys, if between you and me, I'd get out of here. Not in Blade 3, by the way, because by then people were fighting vampires with iPods on and earbuds, and Drake. Let's not talk about Blade Trinity, and not even Blade 2. Not even Blade 2. Blade 1. In Blade 1, I was like, man, if you're a vampire, get the hell out of there. If this guy is coming, get the hell, because you are a dead dog. You're a dead dog. Like this, I was like, get the hell out. And the beauty of Blade 1 was they showed how hard it was to kill a vampire if you went Blade. They were like, do you know how hard it was to kill a vampire? So when you see Blade just killing these guys, like you're like, damn, this guy, this is on another level, man. That's how you do it. Spawn is just Spawn. I agree with that, Hori. Let me throw that on the screen. Actually, no, I don't even use it. Spawn is just Spawn. But Hori, do you see what I'm saying though? Spawn is the spawn of the bloody devil. It's like, listen, man, we got to go dark. You know, like we're going to make another black hero. We've already done a vampire. How much darker can we go? The devil. Yeah, let's go to the devil. These guys went to the darkest place you could go. So yes, listen, Spawn is tough. I like Spawn. But that's the point I'm trying to make, because what young child is aspiring to be the spawn of the devil or aspiring to be a bloody vampire? These are not aspirational characters, which is probably the reason why Black Panther Run was so resonant, because it was the first big time hero that young black kids could look at and want to be, you know, and like actually want to be. All right, look, man, let me change the topic here because we're going on to this way too long. I think this has taken way too long. Give me a sec. Let's get on to the next topic, guys. Wait a minute, ICQ, are you coming on here or not? Like, you know, because I'm changing the topic now, by the way. So whoever wants to join in on this, let me know, because I'm putting on the new topic. Let me switch this. Mandalorian 2 season 2. Oh, Mandalorian 2. Mandalorian season 2. So, damn man, I actually messed up that screen share. We're going to talk about Mandalorian season 2. Let me just get that on the screen. Okay, let's get that on the screen. Guys, anybody who's been watching Talkback recently, because as you know, I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. I'm not always available. But when I do my transmissions, those who've actually watched know that I really liked The Mandalorian a lot. And I said, it's the best Star Wars thing since Return of the Jedi. If you take out Darth Maul in Phantom Menace, because Darth Maul is, I mean, that's like an all-time classic. But outside of that factor, the best Star Wars thing that has come out since Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, is The Mandalorian season 1. We all know that Baby Yoda is a revelation. We know that. Let me see what's going on here. Yeah, okay, ICQ. Let me give you the link, man. Let me give you the link. Copy to clipboard. Give you the link, man. Private chats. How do you do private? Guys, if you do private chat, who is it going to? Is it going to everybody? How do I do private chat to like one person? You know? All right. ICQ, did you get the link? Did you get the link? Tell me if you got the link. Anyway, so Mandalorian season 1 was, I mean, it was just a great. People tried to insult it in some ways and be sly and say some sly talk, some slick talk. And I was just like, guys, what the hell are you talking about? Part of me was, you know, the only argument that I thought was even semi-valid was some people told me was like, oh, Mech, maybe, oh, I think it was Chosen One, was like, Mech, man, you know, probably you think that Mandalorian is so good because the sequel trilogy was so bad, like, you know, and you're just over, you know, you're overcompensating for. And I was just like, mate, I don't give a damn. All I can think of is where I'm at now, how I feel right now. This thing is off the chain. How I feel right now. So I'm like, whether it's because I'm, partially biased or yes, it's true. That's possible. But how I feel right now, this thing is on point. It's on point. So it's finished, okay? And, I don't know whether I would call it an underwhelming finale to the first season. It was, I liked it, I was talking to Chosen and he was like saying that it was underwhelming. I'm like, man, I liked it, look, it was just a great, listen, put it this way. Mandalorian season 1 is very rewatchable. I can watch it again. I can enjoy it. There's some episodes that I really, really liked that I really even watch as standalones. I just liked a lot of things about it. So now that they've announced that Mandalorian season 2 is going to be coming out to Disney Plus on the 30th of October. Is it 30th of October? I think 30th of October. And I'm excited. Do I actually use the word excited? I think so. I don't know. You see, the thing is, I don't really get excited about much anymore because of the disappointment that I've been having. So it's difficult for me to have that feeling I used to have back in the day in my youthful days, with fandom, because I've been disappointed so many times. However, in the context of that and relatively speaking, I'm kind of excited, man. Because I really like the first season. And Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni seem to really know what they're doing. Like I said, that Baby Yoda thing was a revelation. Krill, what was his name? Quill. Was it Quill? No. What was that guy's name? I Have Spoken guy. What was I Have Spoken guy's name again? That character's name. Because I know Quill is from Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know if it's the same guy. Or do they have the same name or something? Guys, what's the name of that character? Gary Busey's character in Mandalorian season 1. What was his name? Quill? Anyway, look, while I get that name out, one of my favorite Star Wars characters, Nick Nolte, sorry. You know what's so funny? I've always been confusing Nick Nolte with Gary Busey. I've always, from when I was a kid, when I was young, for some reason, they were always like very similar sort of guys. Like, guys, what is the name of the character, guys? I want to remember the character's name. Quill. Oh, it was Quill. Okay. Yeah, I was right. So it's Quill. They were both Quill, Guardians of the Galaxy, but different spelling. Anyway, great. Two great characters and some okay characters, like the defense droid was okay, but Quill, I've said, is one of my favorite ever Star Wars characters. It's one of my favorite characters ever of all Star Wars. And when they spoiler, space, when they killed Quill, it was very painful. It was very painful for me. I was very upset about that. I was like, come on, guys. You killed him? Guys, I think my meal has arrived, my food has arrived. So I might mute this for a second when it gets to my door, okay? So just bear with me. Rusty Shackleford, you hit the nail on the head. Quill's death was really painful. More so than any death in all the new Seek trilogy, even Han Solo, because they didn't give us the weight of it, even though we know it's Han Solo. The way it was done, I was like, it was like you already knew it was going to happen. The way it happened, you're like, oh, this is how you're going to do it. Quill's death, I remember the Quill one, man, that episode when Mandalorian is racing to get back in time. And I'm just thinking, come on, man, faster. No, sorry, what am I saying? When Quill was trying to get back to the safe haven of the ship in time, and I was thinking like, man, come on, man, you can make it. You can make it. The amount of tension I was feeling, because I wanted this guy to survive so badly. That's how you know you've got something. I wanted this guy to survive. So I was watching this. I was like, oh, man. It was almost like I couldn't even watch it. I was like, oh, God, this guy's going to die. He's going to die, man. He's going to die. And then he actually did die. And when I saw him dead, I was like, damn it. One of my favorite ever characters. ICQ, did you get this link? Where are you? What's going on? Yeah, when I heard Sock's character was good, you know, when I heard Sock, guys, Rusty, everything was good. The only thing that was weak was the Gina Carano character, and not because the character was weak, it was because the acting wasn't on the same level as some of the other performances. The actual character, I was like, yeah, this is actually an interesting concept, you know, female bounty hunter who's strong and can fight and whatever. Obviously, they overdid it by making her beat up Mandalorian the way she did. But the general idea of it was cool. So there wasn't anything, in my view, that was wrong with the first season inherently. I was very, very impressed with that show. So am I looking forward to the next season? Yes. Okay, look, I'm gonna just post it here, man. Even though this is weird to post it here. Okay, there it is. Get in there. Anybody who wants to join in this feed, I don't know why I'm putting this link publicly. Like you can, you know, get into the waiting room and I'll try and put you in. I don't know why the private chat isn't working. Private chat should be working. I don't know why it's not. Let me see settings. What's this? Broadcast quality, camera. Yeah. Guests. Please, our guest must authenticate. Please. All right, man. Look, I get into the waiting room. I'm waiting here. Otherwise, I'm going to move on to the next topic. ICQ, where are you? Okay, you know, I'm going to move on to the next topic while you sort things out. Let me get on to what the next topic is. All right, guys. So next topic, as we see here. All right, guys. So the next thing that we're going to be talking about is the new No Time to Die trailer came out. And, you know, I just wanted to just give some thoughts on that. You know, my views on that subject. You know, but I'm just going to wait before I actually start this segment. ICQ, what is going on? Like, what's the problem? Because I don't want to like break up my stream of consciousness midstream. All right, hold on. Give me. All right, guys, I'm back. I've got my meal. So like I said, I'm going to have to be chowing down on this while this is going because I'm absolutely starving. So actually, it'd be good if I can get a couple of guys in here who can ICQ. I see just red. What's up with your camera? I can see you now in the waiting room, but I'm seeing just a bunch of like. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. Okay, we go. I'm going to add you to the stream now. All right. All right. Wait a minute. Ah, okay. Yes. Audio. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yes, man. How's life? You know, what's going on?
Dude. Man, how's 2020? 2020 is 2020. That's how 2020 is.
Listen. You know what? The positive thing is that we're still alive. I mean, that's the main thing. It's like we're still here, you know. So there's a lot of guys who didn't make it this far. So.
This man right here isn't wrong when he says that. We are. My grandma told me it's better to be above ground than below it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
God rest her soul. She died on January 1st at 102 years old.
Oh, damn. Condolences.
Thank you. But that was, thank God for her in my life. That was one of the many good.
Did you say 102?
102 years old, 1917. And not the movie. Not the movie.
I mean that she saw like 2 world wars, Vietnam.
Everything. Like Dark Knight, Heath Ledger, everything.
She saw Nazis, man.
Dude.
Not fake ones. She saw the real Nazis.
Let me tell you something. If a comet hits where I live right now, I have to say one more thing. You have to, I beg you, Merc, to watch Dark on Netflix. Dark is the greatest television show out. No.
What is that? I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Exactly. You don't know what it is. And I wish I were you. I wish I was in your position right now. Dark. I was reading when Tenet came out about a week ago.
No, please don't say no Tenet talk.
No, hear me out. Trust me. I swear. No spoilers. No spoilers. No spoilers.
No, I don't want to hear any opinion.
Oh, okay. You know what? You're right. Because if I say what I'm going to say, exactly.
Yeah, man.
Understood.
Apple already messed me up. He already messed up. And I was like, why are you even telling me anything? Like, I was like, I'm not even going to go what he said. But I was like, no. He said, have you read the review? I'm like, why are you telling me if I've read the reviews? Now I know that the reviews are mixed because of what you just said.
Yeah.
Now I know that. You didn't have even told me anything, So annoying. In fact, you see, that's the thing, man. It's like one of those weird situations because, like, cinemas where I am are not going to be open for weeks. So I'm like, how am I going to avoid it? Because if I come on here and I do any of these broadcasts, some clown is going to start, like, saying stuff and, like, so it's like, I can't even go online.
Yeah, I understand that.
Anyway, continue.
Well, suffice it to say, an offhand reference was made to Dark. There's no spoilers, hopefully, in that sense I just gave you. An offhand reference was made to Dark. And I say, you know what the hell? I think, when you go to IMDb or you go maybe to Reddit, you go here, you go there, somewhere online, and like a little ad for a Netflix show, because Netflix has like 1 million shows. It's a miracle that you've been online, I'm going to safely assume, for 20 years. I've been online since 1998. And being on the internet, you can see the most offhanded reference open the world up to you. You know what I mean? Like the biggest revelations come from the smallest things. Like Covenant. I feel like the guy that played the new Magneto. I mean, he made that reference in the movie in the Ridley Scott new Alien one. By the way,
I just wanted to tell everybody, the tacos I just got are ridiculously sweet. Like, I just ate this thing. I'm like, as I was eating it, my eardrums closed up, so I couldn't even hear what you said for like the last 10 seconds. Because like this taco I just ate, good God. Sorry. Anyway, continue. I'm listening now. Go.
Well, this show is a revelation. This show.
So wait a minute. Is this an old show? Is this old? I don't get it. Like,
no, it's dude. God, I don't even want to say what I want to say.
Okay, look, fine. I'm going to go and watch it.
Who's in this? Thank you. Dark. DARK on Netflix. Who's in it? I don't even want to give you that. I don't want to give you anything. I don't want to give you anything.
So basically, all the episodes are on Netflix.
Yes. I'll tell you this. Make sure.
Is this going to spoil Tenet for me or not?
No. You'll forget about Tenet. Trust me. Tenet is child's play compared to this.
Oh, for goodness sake, listen, I don't want to mess myself up.
Okay, yeah, I understand.
Is this thing anything to do with Tenet?
I started off saying, hear me out. I started off saying, I'm gonna look directly at the camera. I started off saying Dark is the best television show out there. Dark is the best thing out there. Dark is the best. The only problem with Dark is, as you and as I was before I am now, people didn't know about Dark.
No, but all I want to know is that, is it going to affect my enjoyment or non-enjoyment?
The reason I brought Tenet up is because the guy made it. That's how I found out about it. The guy made an offhanded reference to it. That's the only way that.
So the guy who made the reference is just some reviewer guy?
Yeah, it was just like a regular user, a regular commenter on IMDb. Keep in mind, when I saw this comment, this is when the movie was released like worldwide. So a lot of people were overseas, you know, outside of America, that kind of thing. And it opened up in different countries throughout, you know, where it could open up at, you know, that kind of thing. And the guy made the reference before you got on at 7 p.m. Eastern. I see that, man. You got on at 7 p.m. Eastern, my time. And I was actually honestly looking at this wrestling show.
Very, very black what I'm doing. I just want to continue.
Yeah.
Carry on.
So you know, at 7 p.m. when you came on, shortly before that, I was looking for that exact review at IMDb's user comment section. And I was trying to find out. Yeah, Prometheus. Hey, thank you, Rusty. You said that back 3 minutes ago, 7:45. Thank you, man. It was Prometheus. It was Prometheus, and I kept saying Covenant. The movie was called Alien Covenant. But one of those movies, the actor makes that comment that I made. Anyway, I'm looking for that comment because I wish, like, comments that I see throughout the internet, comments that really stand out to me, you can't always tweet them. You can't always, put them on Facebook. The best you can do, if they really stand out to you, like you may make a great comment, say 13 years, maybe 18 years ago when Blade 2 came out, 2002. And somebody made a great comment about Blade 2 in the talkback section, back on Amy Cool News. And the Merc makes a comment, like this revelatory comment, but it'll get lost to the ethers of time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Hopefully you copy and paste that. I didn't do that here, and I just simply wish that this simple offhanded comment the guy made that I could just pull up right now and share it with you. But like you said, it does have spoilers.
You said a lot, so
as you
I'm not going to go and watch this thing. If this thing is rubbish.
Oh yeah. I'm glad you said the word rubbish. I am staking my whatever reputation I've ever had in your eyes. I am staking everything that I am on this. I am telling you, dude, I did the homework. I went on Reddit. I went to Metacritic, Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, God, I want to say so much. Man,
all right, man. I'm going to go and watch this thing now. So
you have to. I'm telling you right now. You know what? In fact, after you finish this stream, after you finish this broadcast, go there. Go to Netflix. Like if your schedule is clear, do it. I am charging all of you guys in the comments section. Do it, man. It is dark.
And when did you say this thing came out?
2017.
Oh, damn, that's old, man.
Yeah, it's old, but the third season came out a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the most recent season came out this year. It's so, you know how you go to Reddit and if a thread is older than 6 months, then you can't respond to it. You can't even like it. Like the only thing you can do is save the thread, whatever. So you go back to your profile and, you know, like I said, if you want to find something, it's there under that category, you save. So yeah, the latest season, the current season is I mean, Reddit wise, you can still go into Reddit and do your thing and, you know, interact with other fans. But this thing, I I look, what came out? The Boys. The first 3 episodes of not only The Boys, but the first 3 episodes of another show called Raised by Wolves. That came out Friday. A lot of stuff came out. You're talking about what happened just in the past week. The Boys, season 2, debut of Raised by Wolves. There's still Lovecraft Country. That's another thing. I know in one of your last videos, I think I mentioned Lovecraft Country in the comments section. You said it didn't grab you like that, so I won't bring it up if it's not your thing.
I don't know.
Even though it kind of touches on like the topics we've discussed.
Did I say that? Did I say that? I can't remember. Or was that somebody else? Because to be honest, Lovecraft Country, I haven't really paid. Let me be real, man. Like, so much has been going on in my world that the ability to even watch a lot of. I have such a backlog. Put it this way: I'm gonna tell you how my life is. I haven't finished GTA 5. Do you know that I started playing GTA 5 in 2012? I'm not finished it. I haven't even started MGS5. I haven't even begun. Like the game is just sitting there. I haven't even started it. I haven't finished Arkham Knights. Like I'm all over the place. You know, I'm still trying to finish Breath of the Wild on bloody what's it called, Switch. Yeah. So I'm really behind, man. So let alone if I can't even get my gaming situation sorted out, my whole TV watching stuff has been crazy. Like I'm really behind. However, look, this. So have you seen this trailer?
You know what? As I was speaking and I realized, new topics and everything, I saw that and I realized I haven't seen it yet. How old is that?
Oh no, it just came out like yesterday or 2 days ago.
Is it the very first one, or it can't be
the
first
one?
It's
a new, like a proper new trailer.
You know what? Let me get the tablet right here. No Time to Die. Let's see. No Time to Die. I'm about to look at it. Are you able to bring it up on your screen so I can look at it, or would you?
The last time I did that,
things went haywire.
They
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I saw what happened, man.
And now the whole video has been tagged. I can't do anything with the video anymore. It's just all gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I looked at that video of yours either live or whatever, and it was, yeah.
Which one was this one? Which one was that? What topic was that?
No, what topic? That's a good question. You had footage, I think, maybe from a DC related thing.
Oh yeah, that was the one.
Yeah,
the one that we did Batman. We did
the Batman. The Batman.
Wonder Woman. We did what else did we do? The Snide's Cut.
Snide, yeah.
Let me tell you this, man. I mean, for real. Actually, 2 things. I think you need to see the James Bond thing first, but then,
yeah.
For me, or do you want to watch it? I'll let you watch it, and then I'll just right stay.
Now?
You can watch it now. Yeah, you can watch it now.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll check it
out.
Wait a minute, my tablet's messing up. What's technology, man? I tell you, I don't. What the hell? You know what? I gotta close this damn app and. You know, I'm on stream. I'm live, broadcasting to the world, and now my tablet's just gone completely to hell. I couldn't even begin to.
The trailer is quite good. It's a good trailer. It's definitely a good trailer. But before I say anything, I'll just wait for you to, so you can see it first. But trailer's a good trailer. But I do have some thoughts about it. But if I'm just being objective, it's a good trailer. Can't lie on that, And definitely, it's a much better trailer than the first one that came out.
Dude, I'm trying to get this silly thing to work, and I picked a bad time to go haywire on you, man. This is
why your
My technology is like, I don't know, the AI is taking over and it doesn't want to work with me, man. It's crazy.
all right. So for anybody in the who's watching who has seen the James Bond trailer while ICQ figures out his why don't you just watch it in like one of the tabs on the on your computer?
Yeah, good point. I will. Thanks for the suggestion. I just froze my damn tablet. So, yeah. Speaking of tablets, I mean, not tablets. Speaking of tabs, I've got you on my PS4 YouTube app on my TV. I've got you. I've got you in this the main tab on the screen here, and yeah. I mean, when all else fails, default to the TV screen. No, I sync the YouTube app on my PlayStation 4. I synced it with my tablet, and then I have you and I, I'm looking at you there, but it's about a 5-second delay. This thing you've got going is pretty good, man. You are pretty smooth with this.
What thing I've got going?
Oh no, just this, this StreamYard thing, the whole configuration you've got. It's pretty nice.
All right, so let me. Woo, I needed that, man. Wow. And I've still got 4 more tacos. No, 4 more. Wow. Rusty, I don't know. Listen. Let me see. Let me get this one out, actually. What did he say here?
Okay.
All right, guys. You know what? Look, I'm going to wait for ICQ to watch this trailer, and then we'll talk about it, just so we're not talking double talk.
All right, forgive me, guys. I'm about to watch the trailer right now. About to get to this thing. Let's do it. Watching the trailer, and I am hitting play.
All right, there's a better footage of Rami Malek character. Okay, check that out. So, guys, what other TV show should I be watching, guys? ICQ has told me about Dark. Like, are there any other thing? I don't really have that much time. So, actually, more interestingly, what films are out that I should be taking care of? Because films are actually a bit easier for me because I can just sit and watch them at one go, and I don't have to, take too much time to see things. Oh wow, this is actually working. I actually have somebody who I know from my real life watching this stream about. Oh, that's weird. Do you know what that's like? It's like being Superman and Clark Kent. That's what that's actually like when things actually bleed into each other. I'm just going to wait for this guy to watch this trailer so we can talk about this. Oh, God. Wow, man, I got really, really hot all of a sudden. And I'm not sure why. It's probably the hot sauce I'm putting into these... this cuisine. Oh boy. Okay, let's get some more of this on here. The Last Saw. Okay. Yeah, have you seen this? Have you seen this thing that this guy's telling me about called Dark on Netflix? Because this guy has like took this thing up big time, saying that it's the most amazing thing he's ever seen, or one of the most amazing things he's ever seen, but I've never even heard of it. Mm. Wow, man, how long is this trailer? Damn. Mm.
All right, just watched it right off the bat. The first few seconds of the trailer actually looked like a parody of James Bond.
Oh yeah,
that was the irony of it.
Which part? What part are you talking about?
I think where it starts off on the bridge.
Right.
Yeah, with the car and it kind of and the way he jumps over the. I don't want to call it a bridge, but for lack of a better word or phrase, whatever, it's a bridge, whatever, the passageway. Yeah, the way he lands and all, that beginning part had me on notice. I don't want to say worried. I'll just say on notice. But the rest of the trailer looks slick. It looks like, what a modern 2020, slick, good looking. Everything looks right. I noticed the black girl in it.
I think that for me, I have to be honest with you. I'm bored with. I don't really care about James Bond anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, let's be real.
You know what? One thing I noticed. He acts more human in this trailer. In this trailer, in all the other Bonds prior, it's like Daniel Craig being Daniel Craig in the Bond suit. You know what I mean? But it's good in Casino Royale, and Eva Green is like, people still can't get over Eva Green and her role in that. But the thing is that he seems uncharacteristically human. Like he almost comes off like a superhero. Like, oh no, we have to save the world. If we don't stop this, there'll be nothing left to save. And I don't know if it's a Daniel Craig thing, much less a James Bond thing. Like that sounds uncharacteristically human for James Bond to say. I mean, I'm not the biggest James Bond fan in the world either, but if there's a good James Bond movie and a real good one, I will watch it and check it out. But
what did you say is uncharacteristic?
Just the way. Forget my voice, by the way. I'm speaking through these Beats headphones. I don't know how good my voice is through these headphones, but I was just saying that he seems uncharacteristically human. Like just the way he expresses himself throughout the trailer at times, he comes off like, more human than I'm used to seeing Bond. You know what I mean? The way he acts, and
I'll be honest with you. The concept of James Bond is outdated. Okay? In their efforts to try and update the character, they think that the way to do it is this whole deconstruct the misogyny, deconstruct the masculinity, have him be sensitive, have women take a bigger role. And I'm like, that isn't what James Bond is. Like that isn't what James Bond. So you doing that, you might as well actually go and just create a different character. There is no point in doing that with this character, because the whole point of James Bond and the attraction to him is the male misogynistic fantasy. That thing of like in James Bond's world, he can do whatever the hell he wants to anybody. Let me see. Hold on, somebody's coming. He can do whatever the hell he wants to anybody.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me think of the Mario and the Zelda principle. It's like Shigeru Miyamoto, the guy that created Mario and Zelda. He's wanted to do other projects, and try his hand at other ideas and everything. but Nintendo's been holding a gun at his head for the past 35 years or so, telling him you can only do Mario and Zelda. You know, you can't. Oh, I'm sorry, in the camera. You can only do Mario and Zelda. You can't do anything else. Nolan, for all his flaws, at least he tried. Don't worry, no spoilers. At least he tries to. You know, he wants to do Bond, but if he can't do Bond, he's going to express what he wants to do this way or that way, here or there. You know what I mean? And I think it's important for people. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
He keeps doing Bond.
Yeah, basically, yeah. That's another reason. Back to your Mandalorian, your season 2 and Mandalorian talk. That's why I like Mandalorian, because even though they still make references to the Jedi, it's in the Star Wars universe, but it's not a freaking Skywalker. It's not a Sith. It's not a Jedi, even though traces and elements of that show up throughout the season. It's something. I remember one time I asked somebody, I don't know where it was, but they responded to me quickly. It may have been a live chat. I asked someone, like, why are people so impressed by Marvel Studios? And the guy just simply said, it's something different. Or no, he didn't say it's either different or new. He said it's something new and it's something different. And I couldn't believe that didn't dawn on me before, but I was like, yeah, that makes sense. You know, I mean, people are tired of seeing Batman over and over. And when you were talking about Batman before, believe me, man, I wanted to join you so badly and tell you how much I am sick and tired of the Joker. I don't care how good that movie was. I don't care about Joaquin Phoenix. He's a great actor. He was good in the movie. Dude, I never want to see Batman again. I never want to see Joker. I know
don't speak too quick, man. No, never.
No. You don't understand how we've been deluged and just bombarded with Joker in our lifetimes. In the past 40 years, man, it's been nothing. You want to know why Batman was so big in 1989? And it took me this year to realize it. Before 1989, it was 1966. It was 1966 since we had anything Batman related. There was an actual demand for Batman. There was an actual demand when Batman and Robin ended in 1997. Even though it was less than a decade, 2005. With the oncoming of the internet, there was like a demand for a real the man, the other man. There was a demand. What's up, man? There was a demand for. There was a hardcore, serious demand for a faithful comic book adaptation of comic books, let alone Batman. So when we got Batman Begins, aka Batman Year One, we felt like, oh man, we got Bale, the guy from Equilibrium, the guy from American Psycho. Finally, John freaking Preston. You know what I'm saying? We got it. Nowadays, post Heath Ledger, post 2008, I mean, you've got Harley Quinn on a damn DC streaming thing, the Gotham TV show that went off on Fox.
You know what?
Arkham, Batman Arkham.
You know what I don't even understand is this. It's like, how did Harley Quinn become a player in this whole thing? Like, how did Harley Quinn become like
or Joker?
Yeah, but listen, I don't even understand that, because I'm not surprised. Listen, it's not a surprise that you're struggling to create a fan base for this thing, because Harley Quinn never had a big fan base. So it's like, for you to now think that you're going to make a big budget movie and ride entire franchises on this character just because of Margot Robbie's in the movie, I do not know what these guys are thinking. And this is the main problem that these guys are going to have, right? And I'm surprised that they didn't learn that after the Wonder Woman situation. Wonder Woman was a success because you didn't make a movie that was insulting guys. You made a movie that was uplifting women without having to denigrate men in order to uplift women.
Right.
So then I was able to watch it, and I didn't come away feeling like somebody was lecturing me or insulting me or telling me that this is how you should be. I was like, man, this. I remember when I came out of Wonder Woman, I actually watched it on the plane, or where did I watch? I can't remember where I watched it. And I was like, that was actually quite good. Like, I was like, I don't really have any negative thing. The only negative thing I have to say about the film was like, well, the lead actress's acting isn't really great, but
right.
That's the only weakness of the film, is the acting ability of Gal Gadot. But like everything else, man, I mean, I'm like, look, this film was to the point that now that they're bringing out Wonder Woman 2, I've now become somewhat interested. I'm not like a fan of it, but I'm like, the first one was actually good. I definitely like Kristen Wiig a lot, to the point that even when she was in Ghostbusters, I thought that she was one of the better things in it. And I just thought the movie wasn't good. But I'm like, I've always liked everything she's done. I've liked when she's in Saturday Night Live, when she was in Zoolander 2, when she was in Anchorman 2. I always think that she always does a good job. To the point that I'm like, she's the sort of person I would put in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make her one of the Ghostbusters. But if you were like, let's say the old Ghostbusters wanted to integrate a woman into the team, I'd put her in it.
Yeah, you know what? They could have made an all-female Ghostbusters for all I care. But when you insult the human race, forget genders, forget race, all that. When you insult the entire human race, the entire species with bad ideas will sink the greatest ships, man. It's that simple. I mean, the movie was cursed with bad ideas from the jump. That's the entire DCEU, Ghostbusters, that is.
I'm gonna put this topic back because I know that Have Hope has things to say. So I'm just gonna put it back, because I know you have a lot to say. Go on, Have Hope. Go on.
Well, John Boyega.
Go on,
No, look, as I said, we just put very simply, I've always said that Star Wars is a white man's fantasy.
Damn, that's hard.
And people need to accept that. It doesn't mean that if you're a white woman, black man, like, of course you can like it, but you just have to accept that it's a white man's fantasy, and it is what it is. And I think John Boyega, like, he finally knew what everyone knew, because I told you, like, back during Force Awakens, and this was me hyped. I remember I sent a tweet to John Boyega saying that, like, bro, I hope your character isn't just like gonna be like raise like little pets and everything. And he blocked me, and he has still blocked me. And I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. It's fair. But it's funny how, in a way, I was proven right, even if it is right that I was blocked because it was a bit too itchy when I said. But really, what I said did come to pass. I.e., and see, he's grown up, which is why I was talking to my friend about this. And my friend would say, "Oh, so look, he's now saying this." But I sent my friend and look, bro, don't be too harsh on him. He was young. The guy was young, and the guy was excited. Huge opportunity. So obviously, you have this huge opportunity. You're happy, you're energized, you want to be full and everything, but you just don't see the bigger picture. And I think the difference now, as opposed to back then, is that social media. So he would have read social media and looked at all this stuff, saying that, man, I thought you were going to be the Jedi. Are you going to be this and everything? A few levels on this stuff. The first level is, first of all, there was never going to be a black Jedi. They're never going to do it. But my thing, though, is that this just shows you this arrant stupidity of these clowns that run Star Wars. How the hell do you have a guy on a poster holding the lightsaber and he's not a Jedi? That is one of the most idiotic things I've ever heard of in my life. It's stupid. So you've gone so far. Basically, I just got done watching Mulan right now. And my thing about it is that I'm not sexist. There are certain women who sell action better. And the women who sell action the best are Asian women. It is just what it is. They sell action the best. Daisy Ridley, it looks like a girl swinging a toy. It looks stupid. But they were so obsessed with the whole thing that we went through. But I think with the whole John Boyega thing is like, which is what me and Mike were saying is, it's interesting what's going to happen to him now. Is he now going to not have any roles? Is his career now finished? And so
it better not be.
He has to realize what it is that, people, what they'll do is like, they may give you auditions and give you opportunities, but just say, no, sorry, you're just wrong for the part, and so forth. So, no, but I think, like, look, which is what I said to my friend, is that better late than never. At least he realized it. Some guys will never even say it, so better late than never, I suppose. So, but yeah, look, Star Wars is a white man's fantasy, and the hero has to be white because it is. And this isn't anything like that. Like, for me, if I was to make a fantasy thing, I'm not going to make a fantasy about white people. I'm going to make a fantasy that is African centered or Nigerian centered. So it is what it is. So it is Lucas's right. But let's just keep it real. Star Wars isn't this thing. I don't want Star Wars to be diverse. Why should Star Wars be diverse? No, it's a white man's fantasy. It's a thing made for white kids to live out their fantasy of saving the princess and all that kind of stuff. So
I don't agree with that. I do agree with the idea of, like, listen, if you're going to make something, like if you're George Lucas or James Cameron or whatever, look, you make what is your fantasy and you put yourself in the center. You put people who look like your family, the people you grew up with. That's just normal. It's like it's like somebody coming to us. You see, the reason why we're sick, funny enough that there's 3 Negroes on here now. The problem that we're sick is that we have an illness. We're the only group of people who, when we get an opportunity to make something, often make it about people who do not look like us. Like, we'll actually create entire things, projects, whereby just to get ahead, just to get an opportunity, you're willing to just put all your blood, sweat, and tears into something that has nothing to do with your people, nothing to do with your heritage, anybody that looks like you grew up with, nothing, right? Now, we then look at a group of people who love themselves so much that everything they do is about them. They are even willing to take Elvis Presley over James Brown. They're even willing to take Justin Timberlake over Chris Brown, Usher, Genuine, and Bloody Neil, and say he's the best. They'll look at you straight in the face, and they'll be like, yeah, Justin Timberlake is better than Michael Jackson. There was a guy in an Uber that I was in, and he said it in the back of the Uber in London, right? He said that Justin Timberlake is better than Michael Jackson. I told the Uber guy, I said, listen, pull over, and I told the guy to get out. I'm not joking. I said, get out of the Uber. I said, wait a minute, it's not my stop. I said, get out immediately. Either one of us is getting out of this vehicle, and I'm not getting out.
The things you hear in 2020, man.
The guy opened his mouth and said, Justin Timberlake is better than Michael Jackson. And then when I challenged him, he then told me that, oh, come on, man. He said, come on. Like, I was just being like, he said, come on, come on. Justin Timberlake, come on. That is the level of cognitive dissonance of some particular people. So when you're able to see that, me and Phantom of Hope, when we're young, it's actually a very funny story. Me and Phantom of Hope, right? We were watching we were watching this thing called Jailhouse Rock with Elvis Presley. And me and Phantom of Hope were laughing. We're like, because we thought it was a comedy. And then we found out that no, Elvis Presley is actually a real artist. He's actually a real person who people think is good. We thought when we saw Jailhouse Rock that Elvis Presley was a comedic actor. You know how you do the musicals, the old musicals you used to get from the 50s and stuff? That's what we thought it was. So we're looking at him dancing around and doing this thing, and I'm like, the way this guy was dancing, it looked like ridiculous. Like, I was like, this is, and we were laughing and laughing, and we found out that it was true. Yeah. So then we just have to look at it and we just have to say, listen, at the end of the day, you can't be angry with folks who love themselves. You can't be pissed off because they would rather have themselves doing something mediocre, just not quite as well. I mean, my God, look at how big Adele is. Do you know what the beauty of Adele is? Adele is that she is actually a really good singer. So it's the best of both worlds. It's like you can have somebody who looks like you, who's singing soul music, which you've always wanted to be a part of. And the person, you've now found somebody who is actually good. Like, nobody's going to listen to Adele's music and be like, she can't sing. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's going to do that. Is she better than Angie Stone? No. Is she better than Jill Scott? No. Is she better than Erykah Badu? No. But none of those people were ever going to be get the level of fame that. Have you listened to some of Erykah Badu's tracks? I didn't even realize till I listened to the verses. You know that verses that she did with Jill Scott? And I was like, I forgot that Erykah Badu had all these tracks.
Yeah.
I forgot. I knew all of the songs, but do you know what it was? Let me be real. I'm going to expose myself a little bit here. I don't know how many of you dated Black women in the 2000s, early 2000s, okay? If you did, you know all of Erykah Badu's songs and Sade's songs. You know all of them.
Yeah.
Especially if you went out with any Black woman in America. Because I just realized that, oh my God, this is what she was always listening to when, and I remember this song and I remember that, I was like, oh my God, it was like a trip down like my relationship memory lane. Because I remember all of these songs. Call Tyrone. Goodness. I remember that song. Call Tyrone. I was like, call it. So you're talking about a woman that has made bona fide classics who the majority of people in the mainstream don't really know who Erykah Badu is. But they know who Adele is. Speaking of which, let me actually take this off and go on to this Mulan release. All right, so look, you're the only person here who's watched it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what you say. I mean, I don't want any blatant, outright spoilers, but.
Oh no.
Wait a minute. Did you bootleg it?
I watched it. Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Did you?
I watched it. All you need to know is that I watched it. I don't want to ask
that. I'm just curious to know. I just want to know.
I don't look.
I've watched it.
That's what I'm saying. I've watched it. Okay, well, I've watched it. So
exactly.
Let me start off by saying that I didn't watch the cartoon. I didn't watch the cartoon, and I'm not going to watch the cartoon. Let me just say this right now. I'm not going to watch the cartoon. I'm not going to watch the cartoon. So,
have you subscribed to Disney Plus?
What?
Have you subscribed to Disney Plus? Do you have a subscription?
I watched the film.
I didn't ask you about the film. I'm asking if you have a subscription to it.
I watched the film. You still ask, have I watched the film? I said I've watched the film. I said, look, I'm not answering. I also said I've watched the film. I'm not incriminating anything. I've watched the film. So my thing is that look, I didn't watch the cartoon and I never will, because I didn't need to see Eddie Murphy cracking jokes. I'm cool. I enjoyed it. See, the film is cheesy, it is predictable, and so forth. But I felt that, oh no. This film, it's all right. It's like it's a very simple story, and I think what I like about it is that there is free authenticity. It doesn't feel like, okay, it's like a whitewashing of this ancient Asian thing. It just feels as if, oh no, this feels a bit more genuine and so forth. So yeah, like I thought the acting was good. The pacing of the film was good. The fighting was good. Like sometimes the fighting was sometimes a bit too elaborate and maybe too much kind of effects were in there. But in terms of just like, yeah, you see, like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which I didn't really like the way that they did the fighting there. But it's it has a very Crouching Tiger vibe. But the film could have been really good if they had expanded upon certain bits. But just in terms of just
there's somebody there. Why are you
a simple story? What?
Why are you whispering?
Me?
Have hope.
What do you mean by that?
Clearly.
Okay,
yeah.
You're whispering. Okay, sorry. Me.
Yeah. No, yeah. So in terms of just like a simple story about like, a woman wanting to be in the army and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Just that. Don't expect put it this way, I enjoyed this more than Tenet. Put it that way.
What is wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
What?
On that note, be right back, guys. I'll be right back.
What's your problem, man? We're live. I already told you. Why do you have to do this?
How is you already know this? You already know this.
Guy. Look, I told you the last time I was speaking to you, you told me that oh, have you read the reviews? And I said, mate, I don't want to know anything. And if you say that, now I know they're mixed reviews. Then you now get on a live, and in the middle of a live, you just throw out, I liked it better than Tenet.
No, okay. No. I liked Tenet more. I liked Tenet more. No. Tenet, no, I liked Tenet more.
Okay, wait, now. I
like Tenet more.
Off the air. I'll talk to you off the air because I have a lot of things to say off the air. But
about Tom Cruise, Collateral. Nothing you say will beat Collateral. Listen, anything you say, nothing is beating Collateral.
Wait, hold on. I'm going to put this out for everybody to hear because because I just threw that out there. In 2000 and when did Collateral come out? 2005, right? In 2005, a movie called Collateral came out, and I thought Have Hope had seen it, and I said, spoiler, space.
No, you didn't.
I said, wait, I'm giving a space to people who are watching. Spoiler, space. I said that Tom Cruise died. I can't believe that Tom Cruise died at the end of the movie, right? And Have Hope hadn't seen the movie, and I was like, oh no. And I said, sorry. I apologize, and I said I messed up. That was a bad mess up, okay? So I messed up. Do you realize that since 2005, Have Hope has been spoiling movies for me for 15 years. And everything he spoils a movie.
Never to the level of Collateral. Collateral was such a cataclysmic spoiler.
It's actually very annoying. Whenever he spoils a movie, then he brings up that. And I'm like, mate,
I've never spoiled a movie the way that you spoiled Collateral for me. I've never done that. Never.
Oh, so because you haven't done it as badly. So now it's
not even as badly. I've never spoiled a movie for anybody.
Why is it so hard for you just not to talk about a film I haven't seen? Why is it so hard? Mulan. Let's get back to Mulan. Mulan. You've messed up Tenet now.
No, I've not. Mulan. Look, Mulan was. Don't expect some kind of classic, amazing super film. Basically, just it's a very nice, cool, simple, enjoyable watch, But I obviously, personally, I liked it. So some people may find it boring, also find us this not really go anywhere. But I just thought that as like a very simple, it's like a simple Disney kind of movie and stuff. But I just liked it. I just personally enjoyed it,
So I'm not rushing to. I never watched the original, so I'm not really rushing to watch.
Look, look. I wouldn't rush to go and watch it, man. It's not that kind of thing. Oh, you have to see it now.
How much is your Disney Plus subscription? How much are you paying?
I'm an hour 27 minutes late with these shades, but better.
Why are you so obsessed with this whole Disney subscription?
Oh, I asked you. For the reason I'm going to answer your question. Because I've been looking at different prices. I wanted to see whether it's in my budget. So I just want to know what you're paying for your Disney subscription.
No, you have to pay. It's Premier Access. You have to pay a separate fee.
I want to know what your subscription is. How much are you paying for your Disney Plus?
Why? For what reason? Why?
Just so I can have an idea if I want to subscribe.
No, you can go online and find out.
No, I want to know because people have different prices. You might have got a special.
I have the price that says on the internet. The price that's
you have the price you're paying, so you have subscribed.
What?
You have subscribed.
I never said I did.
You said that you have the price that is on the internet.
Why?
Okay, so you bootlegged Mulan. Okay, so now I know.
Oh,
bootlegged it.
Is it?
Where do you go? F movies. Where do you go? You bootlegged it. I know you bootlegged it. How you've come on the stream, you've spoiled the movie for me, you've admitted to bootlegging a film.
Collateral?
The beauty of this is that now because I've opened up the floodgates for the rubbish that you've been doing, every time you now spoil, everybody's going to know that it's because of the film that I spoiled 15 years ago.
Actually, are we having? Hey, that's really good though. That's really good. That's really good. Wait. Are we talking movies or we're just here
Yes,
to have
no,
an
yeah, but you came and spoiled the film for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I keep people that wait, what's going on here? So we're just arguing about something nonsensical. But
Oh, everybody, you heard what he said. When I do it, you said it's nonsensical. All right. All right. All right. It's nonsensical, right? All right. All right. All right. You know what? I love this because other people are actually listening. It's nonsensical that you said that about you basically told me that you liked Mulan better than Tenet, and you've told me that the reviews basically were mixed. When I told you I didn't want to know anything. Okay? All right.
but and then
There's a film called
maybe
Matrix 4 coming out. I am going to have a field day with you. Matrix 4 is coming out, and I'm going to have a field.
Bro, from what Matrix 4 looks like, you can tell me everything that's happening. Because from what I'm saying, what Matrix 4 looks like, that may be a film that I'm not even sure whether I even want to watch. Because
Stop pretending, man.
because
Anyway.
or rather, her partner, her sibling, isn't co-directing it. Bill
Oh,
Pope is
really?
the director of
Who's
photography.
directing it?
Lana, not Andy.
How come? Why? What's happened?
No, it's not. That's just what it says. Like on the listing, she's just the only one doing it. Her sibling isn't doing it.
What do you
So
mean?
already that looks
Is that her what? What is his sibling?
What?
Her sister or something? Or what are you talking about? Sibling?
Wachowskis.
Oh, okay, sister now, sister. Because I think did he change as well? I think he changed as well.
They both did.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, her sister. It's just that I just referenced them for so long as brothers for so long that.
By the way, Hop Up, right? You see this?
Yes.
Very, very nice tacos.
Oh, this is Colombian taco. Well, it's South America in it, so it's bound to be good.
Forget my departure.
Why are you talking about Colombia? What does Colombia got to do with anything? What?
So
Sorry?
I said forget my departure for just walking away from.
No, Hop Up was trying to play me out again. Basically, you just missed that. Just just trying to play me out, but I caught him. Anyway, look, Mulan. I will not watch it oh yeah, that's true. There's no Morpheus in Matrix 4, is there?
Nope. Well, no Lawrence Fishburne, so
I saw a set photo and I didn't see it in an article. I saw like a thumbnail of a set photo of Carrie Ann Moss and I think Keanu Reeves. They were on a motorcycle. That's all I saw so far.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and
How were they dressed?
kind of
in black. Just also in
kind of normal clothes. It wasn't in Matrix Reloaded clothes. It wasn't super up their own ass thing. No offense, Hope. I know that's your movie, man, but they weren't dressed in Matrix clothing. Inside the Matrix, they look normal. Which I guess, is there for them in their thing.
I mean, look, ICQ, man, to be real with you, man, I like, it's almost similar to the whole Star Wars thing. Like, Star Wars were those 3 movies. I think Matrix are just two films, and that's it. So I just think, like, because they're in a different headspace right now. Because, look, I saw, what's it called, Sense8, which is the series that they did and stuff. Which was cool, but could just see that I think ever since them becoming female, they've sort of just changed their outlook. And when you look at Cloud Atlas, you look at Sense8 and the films, you just that it's just feels different aesthetically than like Bound, Matrix, and the thingy films that they do. So I just know that Matrix 4 is just going to feel different,
I would argue that they started changing from Matrix Reloaded.
Yeah, you can make that. Yep, you could definitely say that.
I think you were seeing signs of all of this in them. Do you know what the irony is? They made the most progressive, inclusive film in the history of Hollywood in big budget movies. And the reason why they did it is probably because they were going through transition. So they were very sensitive to that. Because when you think about it, Matrix is one of those only films of the big budget that I'm like, that movie, truly, they wanted Will Smith to be Neo.
Yeah.
So it's not like they were even trying to get a white lead. Like he said no.
Oh no. I think my only issue I have is them, like I think Lana saying that, oh no, this was always a transgender story. I'm like,
what was?
Matrix.
Original.
Matrix. No. That's what Lana said.
How is it a transgender story?
That's what she said.
No, but I'm just saying, what does she mean? I don't get it. How is it?
No, she just said the story is like an allegory of someone coming out and truly revealing themselves. That the underpinning thing is really a transgender tale. And I was like,
what?
For all this time, you told us that it's open for interpretation. It's open for that's the beauty of the whole thing. So you're not saying that, oh no, this was always a transgender thing. I'm like, okay, this is not me being against anything transgender, just that.
How many people in 1990? I'm sorry, Hope. How many people in 1999 would have spoken up for trans rights and saying this is an allegory for trans people? You know how the X-Men are an allegory for, you know, non-white straight people and all that. How many people would have made that connection back then? You know, it's easy to make that connection. It's so easy. And September 5th, 6th, 2020, in hindsight, Saturday to Sunday, saying this is a trans story. Okay, I see the references here and there and, you know, so forth. But that's a hard pill to swallow. If you go back to 1999 ICQ and Hope and Merck and telling us that, we would have probably vehemently disagreed with that and denied that.
No, I mean, but look, who knows? Because like Lana said that she was always battling this thing within her all through her life. So maybe when she was writing it, you know, that's just that they couldn't really come out and be like, oh, this is a trans thing, because, you know, they were still sort of figuring out who they were and sort of, you know. But my thing is that the beauty of the Matrix was always that, and they always said this in their interviews back in 1999, that we're not going to tell you what it's about. You figure it out. So if you just view it as an action movie, fine. If you view it as, because that's what Cornel West, the philosopher, said, that's the beauty of like the Matrix, is that there are like 400 levels in these films. Some people will walk away with 20, some 50, some 100, some 250, some with all 400. And it is what it is. So there is something for anyone, whether you want to look at the action, the sci-fi, the philosophy, the social construct, the archetypes and everything. But you're not told specifically, which is the issue I always have with Nolan and his films. Like, Nolan tells you that, no, this is what this film is about. It is what it's about, which is the issue that I had with like Inception. You know, I'm like, no, like, but it's just, no, this is what it's about.
Was open-ended at the end. What are you talking about?
What is it?
Inception was open-ended at the end.
No, but,
tell you.
But a lot of it, there's a lot of exposition. There's a lot of exposition with characters explaining, you know. Whereas that there's not a lot left to, hey, now it's how you want to interpret it. So,
well, look, I think it was, I don't know what the numbers are for the Mulan release, but I think it was a good idea for them to release it the way they have.
Wasn't that movie supposed to come out in December?
No, it was supposed to have already come out months ago.
God. No. I mean, for the new current release. No.
Yeah, no, it was always this. It was always now. They were just looking.
I gotta look it up.
Yeah. You know.
Mulan release.
Yeah, man. I mean, all right. So, you know, I guess that we reached the end of this broadcast. Anything that we've missed? Any other news out there that says?
Hope. As I told Merck earlier, watch Dark, D-A-R-K on Netflix. That is all I'm going to tell you. I am staking
the greatest thing I'll ever made.
I am staking whatever my reputation is worth on this.
Dark.
And you guys will disown me if you don't like it. I understand. I am that confident in it, man. please watch this show.
Okay. Doc, I'll put it down, man.
I don't want to say this. It's slightly spoilerish.
Okay, then don't.
No, don't.
That's it. Subtitles.
Don't.
Original language and subtitles. That is it. Dark, Netflix, original language, subtitles.
Why? Is it dubbed as well? Do they have a dubbed version or something?
Got disconnected there.
Do they have a dubbed version?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said, do they have a dubbed version? You said subtitles, so does that mean that they have a dubbed version?
They have a dubbed version, but the dubbed version is inferior to the original language version. I had to catch myself there. I was almost going to spoil it. Yeah, it's I having listened and watched it only in the native language. I wouldn't even bother with the English version. Man. Just native language and subtitles. I'm telling you guys, it's better than anything else out there right now, man. I mean,
so you guys have already talked about the whole Batman Pattinson COVID thing, obviously.
Oh no, we didn't even talk about it.
That's crazy.
That's what happened today, though. I didn't even. That's like a new.
No, this was yesterday or 2 days ago.
What's the situation? Is he actually sick?
He's got
no. He just has COVID.
He just has it. Yeah, oh, he'll be fine then. That's all right.
It's just like, yeah. So it's not even that big. Like The Rock has it. The Rock and his whole family has it. It's just that it's going to be a delay.
Yeah, just a delay. Like, no, he'll be fine. I thought he was sick, but yeah, if he has it, I mean, look, man, we've probably all had it, so what are we? Like it's COVID. Look, I think it's going to take a while till everybody is out of this situation. 2020 has been the most fascinating year in history. Like, it's like a dream. It's like some kind of weird alternate reality experience. Like we've had a year that just didn't happen.
Right.
A year that just, that now that here even they're letting people go out. I see when I go out now, people are weird when they're out now here, because we had like major quarantine. Like I can just tell that everybody doesn't even know what to do. Like, what do we even? Guys are just walking around looking like zombies, just like, man, nobody knows what to do.
I've thought of this as the realistic version of the zombie virus in a lot of ways, because you have to be antisocial, you have to avoid people. People don't know how to avoid people. That's I think even more scarier than those that don't wear masks and they don't wear gloves. Is there 3 rules, in my opinion: wear gloves, wear masks. I guess a 4th rule would be, hand sanitizer kind of thing, Lysol spray if you can get it. And the most major important thing is avoid contact. Avoid Jodie Foster. Avoid contact. Stay away from people. But people, it's scary, man. I'm in Philadelphia. It's scary in this city. It's scary. And Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, it's nowhere near as worse as, Texas, Florida, the top states with people that just flat out refuse to preserve the human race.
It was wild, man.
But you know what's so funny about this is that, do you know what this has made me think? While this was going on, I thought, what if this was a truly deadly disease? Because what this has shown the world is that one day this could happen with a truly deadly disease, that you get it and you're dead in like 2 days or something. That's what this has shown, because this thing just came out of nowhere. So something else could just come out of nowhere and spread like this, and it's really, really deadly.
Yeah.
And what the hell are we going to do? Because the way these people have handled this, like Americans especially, British too, how some of the people online, like just looking at them and like, you guys are the dumbest people. You know that you could just carry on with your life and just follow some basic rules, just basic things, and we'll be done with this. You're so entitled that the idea of anybody telling you to do something you do not want to do is beyond. Haven't you noticed that of all the people complaining, how many Black people have you seen? How many? No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
None. Zero. There are no videos of it. Because black people are used to being told what to do. They're used to being marginalized. They're used to not having freedom. They're used to not. So the concept of something like this happening to a black person is like, this is a walk in the park.
Right.
I've got to wear a mask to go. I'm like, sure, no problem. What's the big deal? Because typically they're telling us that we can't go into a shop, we can't go to the school, we can't go into this part of town, we can't. This is like, just say we should just wear a mask. Oh, sure. And everybody has to do it. It's not just us.
Right.
You know? So I think that to me has been very telling, because it's really just put a lot of emphasis on the differences between different countries and cultures, the entitlement that some people have, the fact that, you know, those people will be the first to die. Like if we have a serious problem in the future, they will all be dead because they're just so dumb. It's like you guys would rather die than do some basic things. So if we have, listen, God forbid, I don't even want to say God forbid, aliens are coming. And when aliens find us,
dude, I'm telling you, I swear, I don't think that like this is a bad reference or example or comparison, but like, you know, Hope has that that microphone that kind of covers his face. A mask can cover your face, but much like you know, something like this right here, Lysol wipes or whatever, it's not 100% effective. This thing says 99.9%. 99.9%. It doesn't thoroughly kill germs and bacteria. A mask doesn't thoroughly protect your face, even though they have those masks out there that are like little mini hazmat suits. You know what I mean? The point is that you act like you have, not just someone else, act like you have it. You don't want to spread it to someone else.
That is the part of it that shows who they are. We're saying that you're not even, all you're thinking about is me, me, me. So I'm not going to get anything. I'm not going to get anything. I'll be fine. I don't need to. They're not even thinking about, you might be fine if you have this.
Yeah.
You haven't got any care in the world about giving it to other people who might not be fine.
Yeah, that's the key thing.
That is the key thing.
No, basically, it's just that people only care about themselves. Really, they don't really care about. Which is why it is basically. I think that COVID, it's been a test. It's been a test about how people operate. So people are like, and it's something that we've always known. As long as me, my family, and my people are good, it is what it is. So it just shows that do we as a community really care about others?
I don't think. Listen, no. I think that's true, but I think that it's still not everybody was like that. You know, I think it's just what coronavirus has done and the pandemic and all this is that it's you come out of this and you know who your friends are, you know who really cares about you, you know people's limitations, you know their threshold. There's so much like coming out of this. There's nothing anybody can tell you after this that goes against what they've exposed of themselves during this period. Like this has shown you everything you need to know about countries, societies, what. Look at even football, that we've now had all this BLM thing and the football thing that happened. I look at these jokers in football. How long have they been talking about racism in football? Now you care? And even now that you say you care, you're still not talking about any serious sanctions. You're still not talking about docking points. You're still not talking, you're just lip service. It's rubbish. All rubbish. And to make it even worse, the players do you know that if all the black players in England in the Premiership did what the American NBA threatened to do, because they only did it for 24 hours and they went back, the Premiership would, oh my God, you would not be able to have any matches. There'll be no matches because 2/3, I think they said a third of the players or 2/3 of the players or something are black or black origin, so mixed race or black. Yeah. In the UK, the number, and do you know what the crazy thing is about it? Not only are there a lot of the players there, they're your best players, some of your most important players. So if these guys just sit it out and say, listen, we're not playing, what are you going to do? That is the kind of strike that actually has impact. So when the NBA did that thing, I laughed. I said, look at you guys, 24-hour strike. you missed one game. There are people who didn't even realize there was a strike because you were back so quickly.
Wait, just wait. I'm gonna have to jump off. No, man.
I mean, we're going to end now anyway. All right, ICQ, any last words?
God, man, it's been. Let me make it quick. It's I've followed you guys since 2007, 2008. I finally. There was one good thing to come out of this year. It's right now.
Oh, so is this your first time on camera?
No. He's been on video.
If I was on video, you would have to tell me.
You were on the Star Wars Force Awakens video.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Your memory is good, man. But I mean, like in this format, like right now, modern, currently, like that I can remember. Hell, you know what? Just right now is just I appreciate this so much. I was going to get into dark and all that other stuff, but I was like, "There's no way in hell I'm passing up on the Talkback World. No way."
Oh yeah. Look, man, thanks
I love y'all
for supporting. Thank you. I appreciate it. Love you guys too. And like I said to people, I looked at some old videos from the first Talkback episodes. I had hair. I looked fresh. Have Hope looked fresh. She looked young. Man, that was almost 14 years ago. So I'm looking at them like, my God. And I think the most interesting fact is that we were the first people to do this. Now everybody's doing it. We were the first people to do this sort of thing. Now everybody, because the only thing that existed back then was Angry Joe, and Angry Joe wasn't doing this sort of thing.
Right.
He was doing scripted stuff, like he would do the acts and the things with the wigs and the thing. Nobody was doing this sort of commentary till Talkback.
You were the first guys I knew worldwide that I don't want to say you did it for black people, but y'all are black. Y'all don't hide from it. Africans, African American, like whatever, period. This entire earth, you were the first. And I'm here now because of, you guys haven't lost a step. Hope is branched off. He's doing his thing. Merc, you're still, you tell us you're still out there, you know what I mean? Surveying the world, what's going on and all. I mean, it's
out there, man.
Talkback World forever, man.
Yeah, no, listen, man. That's what I always feel glad, because I think for the core fans of this of what we've been doing have stuck with us for such a long time that every time that we pop out with a video, or I pop out with a video, I see people and I'm like, wow, you guys are still around. Because it's been, guys have grown up. Like they started when they were teenagers and they're like now 30 something, late 30s, mid 30s, kids, married. I talked to some of them and I'm like, my God, yeah, this has been a long, and I'll leave it with this as a last word. I think the key to this, to Talkback, and I think the reason why it's interesting is that the difference between Talkback and the other channels is people feel like they're actually part of a movement.
Right.
They feel like they're actually part of a movement. It's like, it's not just, hey, I'm friends with these guys, whatever. There was always a feeling that we're part of like an actual thing, like a philosophy, right? And getting to know each person's character. So we didn't know people as their real selves. We knew them as Danny Soprano, indubitably, Darth Bishop, Vadakin, ICQ, Hollywood Rape, Hollywood, I don't know what it's called now, because he keeps coming here to insult me. He comes here to insult me every so often. I don't know why. And Infinity's Limits. There's so many guys, who you know them for their persona. And I think that is the most interesting factor, because people actually have actual personas and thoughts and views, which is, and I'm telling you this, like, I actually don't think that Talkback is ever going to end for that reason, because I think it's in your blood. So it's still in me. It doesn't matter what I do. Why do I keep coming back? Because I still, in some recess of my brain, I still get excited by the same things. It's just that you wish that these people were able to deliver what it is you actually want. Right. But you're still excited by the same things if you can just get them. And I think the difficulty is actually getting, like, I don't actually remember the last superhero movie that I really came out of the cinema and I was like, I think it was Dark Knight. I think that was the last one when I came out of the cinema and I was like, damn, okay, you know. Joker, I don't view it as a superhero movie. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 was good, but anyway, okay, look, let me get out of here. I know how far wants to go. Half Hope, any last things, anything you got to say?
No, look, I say, look, man, shout out to everyone in there, man. It's good to actually just see the face behind the name ICQ him, because all I just saw was just like the text. So now it's good to now, and I can now see a face that matches the name and everything, and that's cool. And that's it, you know. Shout out to all those people out there, and Dune trailer comes out September 9th. There you go.
All right, guys. Pay out Spielberg in. I know you want to say it's
No, I'm never, because
I know
doesn't
you.
mean anything. It doesn't mean, like,
Okay, well, how about
literally doesn't mean anything in
how about
2020.
for Moses? You know,
I want this to be documented. Bay out and Spielberg out at this point. Spielberg, you hired him. You hired him, Spielberg.
I mean, for me, I'm like,
never.
in 2020, let me see, in 2020, Dune trailer September 9th. That's it. That's my.
And then, you know, it's Danny Villeneuve.
I don't care. All I'm saying is Dune trailer September 9th. That's
okay.
Watch Dark on Netflix.
Yes.
Dark, yes, I will. I've jotted it down. Dark.
All right.
Peace.